Right.
The PCU? C
PSU, power
PSU.
supply unit, like the power supply.
Okay.
Hello.
GM. We are on part two. Let's go ahead and share this here.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's my bad, brother. Um, Let me share this on Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Happens to the best.
Planet Zomax. We are live with part two shortly after being rugged. Done. Okay. Just
All
tweeted it.
right.
All right. All right. We were talking about caves.
Oh yes. So is who's here? Is Moose here?
Give him a
Because Moose.
second. Give him a second.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, wait. I retweet that.
Okay. There we go. Full rugged. This happened before, I think, with Jameson. I had Jameson on
Oh
my show, and
yes.
we got rugged.
Let's wait. Let me
I'll share it with Moose.
send it over. Alrighty. Hello, hello.
Okay, we should have
Yeah.
people back on here. They can always go back and watch the episode too if they miss something.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so caves is a cliche motive you see in films. Like there's like the scene where Gollum in Lord of the Rings is just like sitting there, be like, "My precious."
Oh,
Like that.
that's what got you the inspiration.
Like no, not just that, but there's like so many movies and stories where you have like a beach kind of thing, or like a stone in the middle inside of a cave. It's just like a super forgiving motive to have. Yeah, something like that. Like it's not exactly like that, but it's just like underground cave, water, and something in the water, like a land mass or something. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know if you would call it a trope, but it's a cliche, like in a positive way. It's just like a motive like the same thing with the, like, you see a lot of 3D artists use that thing that you have like a person standing on a cliff observing something. You observe the observer. That's just also, it's been around for hundreds of years now.
That's awesome,
That
man.
that motive. It's from Caspar David Friedrich. It's romantic, romantism. I don't know if that's the correct English term, but just like the movement in the art history.
You know what this kind of reminds me of is Dante's Inferno when he meets
Yeah.
Virgil and they are like on this like little plot of land and then they're like having to like use a boat and then like in the water there's like all these like demons trying to come out and get him.
Ooh.
Have you read Dante's Inferno?
No, no. It's a little bit too I don't know if my brain could come, like, I don't know.
Like
It's
religious?
just, no, it's just like too old. I probably couldn't read it like in a fluent way. It would be like it would take me ages to get over one page. Like
It's
because
not
it's
too
really
bad.
old.
It's not too bad.
But is it even like, isn't it like right? I don't know how it's written. Isn't like in verses and everything. It's just like not a like a. It's not like you're reading a book with a story. It's more like prosa, right? I don't know. It's just, it feels like because it's so old that it would be hard to just it's not exactly a page turner, I would say. It's not like you're
It,
reading Harry Potter or something.
no, uh-uh.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah,
Just to like get an idea here. Let's see here. The Divine Comedy.
yeah. I
Here we go. Midway upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a dark forest, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. Ah, me. How hard a thing is to say. What was this forest savage, rough and stern, which in the very thought renews the fear? So bitter it is, death is little more, but of the good to treat, which there I found. Speak will I of other things I saw there. Yeah, I'm not gonna like go into full detail on this, but like, yeah, it is a little bit different, to read. I'm pretty sure they've like dumbed it down. It was probably like written in Latin or something, if I had to guess, or like Old English or something. But
It
anyways,
reminds me of that scene of in the movie the David Fincher movie Seven. So where Detective Mills has to read all these books to understand the killer, right?
mm.
So Somerset went to the library, made him copies of all these books, and then he's like sitting in a car reading Dante, and it's like get, getting like super aggressive, throws the book around, be like, I hate you, Dante. Because it's just so
I,
lame and boring for
I,
him. Or I don't know. It's just like,
I'm not really a big reader, but I have recently read some like investment books. Like this is one of
mhm,
them here, Guide to
okay.
Investing by Robert Kiyosaki.
I love the fact that the price tag is still on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't read
Nice.
this one here, but this is a good one. The Sovereign Individual.
Mhm.
Of course, I have this one too. Mastering Bitcoin.
Nice.
This one's like an OG book.
Maybe I should also read some of that stuff. It
This
could
one
be
was
handy.
this one's like really short. But this girl here, Leah Hilpern, it's
Mhm.
really thin. You can see. She kind of like dumbs Bitcoin down. So like, if you just want like a basic Bitcoin book, this one's like
Uh,
really easy at like understanding.
uh,
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my book shilling for the day.
the thing is, I'm obsessed. So there's one German author that's probably 100% unknown to the audience. His name is Heinz Strunk. That's a very German name also. And so I have all his books and I've listened to all of them because I'm like into audiobooks because
Hmm.
I don't know, my attention span is social media and the internet and games and movies are, I don't know, something messed up my brain. So whenever I have an actual book in front of me and try to read it, halfway through one page I forgot. Or sometimes I have that thing that I read something, but I don't think about the stuff I'm reading.
Hmm.
It's just like getting into my brain, but without my brain
You're thinking about
using
what
the
you're gonna eat
information.
next instead of
Yeah,
like
or so
thinking
I don't know.
about
It's
what you
just
read.
like my brain is like I'm reading it, but it's going directly into like the bin, and my brain isn't like doing something with it. I don't know. Maybe I have ADHD or something.
No, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I do the same thing.
Anyways, the one way around that is just listening to audiobooks. And lucky for me, Heinz Strong has a lot of audiobooks, and I am probably number one listener of his audiobooks on Spotify. I've read like his main piece like probably 50 times already. Like I
Wow.
listened to it. And so a few weeks ago, we were at a live reading with the actual man himself being there, and he signed one of the books for me. And I'm really like, was a really special moment for me, to be
Wow.
honest. So yeah, that's my book shilling. But I'm pretty sure it hasn't been translated. It's very German. It's very German centered. It's about German cultures. So nothing that's of interest for um yeah, like his main book, like the book he's most famous for, it's called Fleisch ist mein Gemüse, which translates to meat is my vegetables, roughly. And it's about like he was a musician
What's the artist?
in a
What's the book?
band that
What's the author's name?
Heinz, like Heinz,
Like Heinz
and
ketchup,
then
huh?
yeah, exactly, Heinz ketchup, and then Strunk, strunk or strunk.
There it is. He's an older
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, it's like in this. Yeah, that's the one.
Wow.
And that Fleisch ist mein Gemüse, that picture there on the right. That's the Yeah, that's his well, he's most known for this one. And it's about his youth in a band that on weddings in the countryside. And it's like really funny. Yeah, but he's like a really like it's I don't know, there's something about his style of writing. I really enjoy his stuff.
Nice. Well, I'll have to definitely put that one on my list. Obviously,
Yeah, but
probably are some of his books like translated, or I'm sure you could get them.
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
know.
How,
Probably not.
how
Yeah,
which your English is like very good, by the way.
really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would
Well,
have no idea. Like I could tell like you do have like a little accent, but like I mean everything
yeah,
you say
like
is great.
I was very self-conscious about that. Like if in 2000, so the first time I had like a talk on stage or lecture or something on a conference was in 2016. And it was like that's the first time it was in English, and my English was very not basic back then, but I was like super insecure about it, and that was like one of the main factors that make me super insecure. That like speaking in front of people, and over the years there were so many opportunities of podcasts and talking to people, and I have so many friends now and that are from the UK or from the US, and I constantly write and speak to them that it's I don't know, it just
It just flows. It's just like
yeah, now it
your
flows.
second
Like when
nature.
I left, yeah, when I left school, like so in German you have usually you have English in school, so you learn German, obviously. Then you have like as a second language, you grow up speaking English. But mass media in Germany or like in day-to-day life, you don't need English. Everything is dubbed and translated.
Mm.
All the movies you watch are in German, so they have dub voices for everything. There's like a whole industry around that. Games are all in German, books are all in German, TV shows, everything is German. And so you don't really learn English like in the way that like for example Swedish people, they don't have that. In Sweden, you grow up with speaking English and actually needing it in order to watch movies, for example,
Wow.
like international movies, and that helps. And so my mom, for example, she doesn't because all she consumes is German content, so she doesn't speak any English. The thing is, when I left school and I wanted to watch like I don't know Game of Thrones when it started, like the and don't wanted to wait half a year for the
The German
current
dub.
yeah, for the German dub, so I would just watch it in English. And yeah, so my English comes from TV shows and movies and speaking to friends online and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's perfect, man. So props on
thank
that.
you.
I'm gonna cut it off here before we get rugged
Yes.
again. But yeah, yeah. Zomax, thank you so much for coming on the show again. I really appreciate it,
Thanks for
man.
having me.
And
Anytime, man. Let's
eh,
do number three sometimes
number 3.
if you want. Number three.
And hey, if
Yes.
anybody wants to find you, where's the best place to look for you?
It's on Twitter, Planet Zomax, and yeah, there's Linktree and everything else you want to see, like YouTube, my website. It's all in there. Yeah, but I'm mainly active on Twitter these days. So at Planet Zomax. You
Awesome,
can
brother.
find all my internet shenanigans and NFT stuff there if you like.
Well, give them a
Yeah.
visit, guys. Give them a shout out. Thank you again for
Thank
coming on
you.
the show. Hope you have a great night. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye bye. that.